going on, everyone? Jay Arrington from the Jay Arrington YouTube channel. How cool would that be if I actually had some organization or some shit? But no, just me, my lonely. But had this thought just a few moments ago. A friend of mine came through. He bought a few decks from the vape shop, and I handpicked them. And it's really weird. I can put my hands over decks and I feel a little bit of heat, and it's really stupid. It makes no sense that I only get this power over cardboard, but I pulled 2 Time Traveler decks. And we started getting the conversation about how good the decks were and stuff like that. But last night I was playing Crucible Online on stream. If you ever want to check me out on stream, twitch.tv/Arrington down in the description. Playing Wednesday through Fridays, and we're always playing Keyforge Crucible. We do 1v1s, we do like training matches, teaching, like literally everything Keyforge. We'll talk about Keyforge and everything, right? But I was playing a lot of matches last night, and I started really noticing something I didn't notice really too often or too much before, like how strong Shadow is. Shadow's like crazy strong, man, and I almost feel like it's a staple for decks. Now, let me explain. I don't feel like deck necessarily need Shadow to be like ridiculously crazy strong, but I feel like in tournaments, if you're ever falling behind, Shadow can always get you back to where you want to be. Now, this is going to be like in every case scenario, like, yo, you need Shadow to have a good deck. I'm not definitely saying that. I'm just saying, like, really good decks have Shadow, especially when they have, like, good Shadow cards. Because the stealing mechanic, which is, I don't think, is it exclusive to Shadow? I'm trying to think if I've seen it outside of Shadow. Kinda, not really, but mostly definitely in Shadow. I'm not really too sure. But, I was playing a deck that everyone considered the bad deck, and that I was sharing with my viewers and stuff. And I was taking some L's with it. I switched up to another deck just for funsies, which is another pretty decent deck. And these are decks that did not have Shadow in it, while I was going against opponents that had Shadow. So maybe it's a mirror match thing. Maybe like you need to do Shadow v Shadow just to keep up with the stealing mechanic and all that other stuff. But it can really save you when you're falling behind, or if you're stuck in a pinch and you don't have necessarily cards that can make your opponent lose Amber. And that's a pretty big deal, especially if you're going against a very Amber, like a fast Amber building deck. And also, you know, like cards and shit like bait and switch and stuff like that. All really good comeback mechanics. And they're really just good cards on their own. They could stop your opponent from getting ahead just by stealing Amber from them. So just a small thought I had. I wanted to just throw up a video about it, just kind of see what everybody else thought about Shadow in decks. Do you feel like it's a staple, it's a necessity to have Shadow in your deck? Or do you just feel like it's really more situational and Shadow's not as strong as I'm thinking? Shadow's not even my favorite house. Logos is still my overall favorite house. I'm just thinking I might be really looking for decks that have Shadow in them for competitive play in tournaments and things like that, just because I would want that possible comeback mechanic and feel like I'm drawing into my deck. It's not limited on options on cards that I can just play, steal, get some Amber, take away one of their Amber so they don't forge a freaking key on me, and then plus you get Amber right after. The value on steal is absolutely ridiculous. Like, so you're at 5, they're at 6, you steal 1, you completely flip the tails from you being in check to having them in check, or you can play turns where you can steal like all of their freaking Amber and just be super ahead. Starting to think, a lot of people I know like think this might be a really like one of the strongest houses. Logos might be one of the strongest houses. I think Shadow might be one of the strongest houses in the whole game. And that's not even to say that it's particularly like super special, amazing, or you know, mechanic wise or combos. No, it's just I just think the stealing mechanic is a really strong mechanic in Shadowverse. Did I just say Shadowverse? Oh man, in Keyforge. We'll talk about Shadowverse on stream. That's why I used to play. That used to be my super card game. 1,000 hours played on Steam, and I'm sorry I had to just let that out. I would never compare Keyforge to Shadowverse ever again. That was blasphemy. I'm so sorry, Keyforge. I didn't mean it, baby.